talk to us about this conversation, that our value diminishes as we age. How does ageism affect women specifically, mentally?
There are many mental and physical consequences of ageism and ageism in the workplace, and Demi's speech and sharing just highlighted the many ways that we all suffer from ageism. It happens as early as 40 for many, and 78% of all older workers report that they feel the effects of ageism or their careers have been impacted by ageism. We think that the way to combat ageism is by learning more about older adults and by understanding their workplace challenges. And so at Life Story Club, we try and hear all about career and impact and connection that makes the workplace a more hospitable, hospitable and wonderful place to be. Yeah.
Do you feel like it's getting any better, or are we kind of staying on this playing field?
One of the things that is helpful during these times when, yes, ageism is rampant and it's across all sectors, is that we are living longer, and because we are extending our life, we're often extending our careers.
Right.
And so with that in mind, there are more older adults in the workplace, and we think that that's a really great way to combat ageism in the workplace, and it's our duty and our job to continue to listening to those older adult experiences and to support older adults like we would any other group in the workplace.
Let's talk about it.
Right,
Yes.
and I don't know about you or you, I feel so much more equipped in my profession the older I become. Do I need to do a little this every now and again? But that's my choice. I'm also in a profession where I'm under a microscope all the time. But I saw this stat which was crazy. 50% of older workers believe their age would negatively impact their job search.
Yes. So
that's not amazing.
Not amazing, really heartbreaking. We know that ageism starts on average, so men and women together, at about age 40. We know obviously the intersection of gender and ageism is a whole different conversation that the three of us could talk about for the rest of our lives. But that means that if people are living until 77, and many people are still living in the workplace and working well into their 60s, 70s, and 80s, that you could experience ageism for decades.
Oh my gosh.
And so that's just a piece that we again could talk about forever, but there are real benefits for working with intergenerational employees and employers. We know that intergenerational teams are much more productive. We know that they think about things, their problem solving is enhanced. The breaking down age silos are really important to see and live with our older employees. So yes.
But how do you get companies, corporations to embrace aging?
Well, when I say this stat, people are floored. So on average, ageism in the workplace costs us $850 billion in GDP each year. And so that's actually an old stat from 2018, helpful with the research from AARP. So we know that that's only probably exacerbating with inflation and other things in our world right now. But when we talk about $850 billion in losses, it behooves us to tackle ageism in the workplace now, yesterday, and for the rest of time.
And that's part of the work that you do with the Life Story Club. What is it? It sounds incredibly important and hopefully helpful to ageism.
Sure. So us at Life Story Club, we gather older adults into intimate storytelling groups all across the 5 boroughs and beyond New York. And we look to hear and know and deeply understand older adults. So we understand the experiences that they have in employment, but also in their communities. We know that tackling social isolation and loneliness are some of the mental and physical experiences that older adults have, and they are really, really wonderful to hear the stories of strength.
Yeah, I mean, do you talk to them also about how they can overcome these feelings that they have?
Yes, and many of our facilitators are younger generations, so it's really important to hear from older adults their experiences in the workplace so that we can do better and live better.
This is fantastic. Just scratching the surface. I hope this work continues.